Hey guys, Jeremiah here. This is probably the video no one asked for, but it's the video you should still watch. Right, here we go. These are the two devices that I'm still using daily. Although now the 11 Pro is more of just a storage and spare camera for me. As you can see, I have two SIM cards installed on my Nothing Phone 2. Alright, so this is actually my main phone. This is a great phone, by the way. Anyway, nothing about them is actually similar between these two, apart from being smartphones with screens, of course, and symmetrical bezels. Now, if you put them side by side like this, you can see how dated the 11 Pro is from the front, because if you notice the bezels, this is much more substantial compared to the Nothing Phone, of course, which is slimmer. And yeah, honestly, in my opinion, both of these phones, they look great. They have their own charm, and it will never go wrong with either one of them. It's just that, of course, being the older phone, the 11 Pro is looking a lot older. So one is on iOS 18, the other is on Android 14. This will get the Android 15 treatment in December, hopefully, which is nothingOS 3.0. So both screens are awesome to look at. So if I just crank it up, they are plenty bright when you take them out under the sun. In my opinion, they're still very clear to see because they have quite a decent amount of max brightness. Right? I will not tell you the numbers because you can Google that yourself. I think many other YouTubers also have mentioned that. But the only thing about the 11 Pro is it's, well, refresh rate. It really doesn't look very smooth. Like if I just do this, it's like what I'm looking at right now. You can't really tell on the screen because this video is going to be 30 FPS, I'm sorry. If you're actually used to using a 120 Hz screen, this will look very laggy and choppy, basically. All right, so that is something to take note of. And I think this doesn't really get mentioned enough, but iOS and Android or any non-Apple operating system can coexist with one another really well. Okay, there are three main apps that I actually use. As you can see, I have Gmail, Google Photos, as well as Local Sent. Gmail, for obvious reasons, I mainly use Gmail to sync my emails across all of my devices. And then we have the Google Photos, which always comes in handy. You also know how cross-platform and how great it is to use the Google Photos if you have photos synced on your Google Drive, basically, or on Google Photos, because it is just so handy whenever I want to download synchronized photos onto my iPhone, right? That is why I always have my Google Photos ready. And then we also have the Local Sent. So this is actually like AirDrop, but better and arguably faster. Okay, this is like the best of the best open source cross-platform app, unless you can tell me that there are better open source app for sending files out there. This is the one that I always rely on, and it does not fail me. Yeah, so actually, you know, it's not as annoying as people make it out to be to use an iPhone when you have a lot of non-Apple devices. I also use Windows, by the way. I don't use MacBook. I used to use MacBook, but nowadays I just prefer the Windows because of its operability and it's just easier to transfer files. the point of this video. I encourage that if you guys are looking for a spare phone, go and get an iPhone or an Android phone if you're already using an iPhone. It is always good to have a different perspective when you're using anything, not just phones, but in this case we're talking about phones. So you get to play around with the different operating systems. That if you have an Android, you can get to know how iOS works, how and its limitations, and the other way around as well, vice versa. So onto a quick question that I want to ask you guys. Would you consider getting an old iPhone or an Android phone as a spare? Why or why not? You can tell me in the comment section below as well. Let's talk about it, let's discuss, and let me know what you think. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, subscribe down below. It really helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys again very, very soon.